currently Untitled Podcast. The currently Untitled Podcast. The currently Untitled Podcast. The currently Untitled Podcast.
So, welcome back to the currently Untitled Podcast. And today we've got Liam. I forgot about you, Liam. So, welcome, Liam.
Yeah, I've been here in every episode.
Yeah, and we've got special guest, Mr. Alex Willis. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
Excellent.
It's a pleasure to be on the Currently Untitled Podcast.
Excellent. So, we've got the United Wednesday derby coming up. And I thought we'd kick off with that. And
Jesus Christ.
Alex, what are your opinions on the derby and any insight into what you think is going to happen?
As a future sports journalist or current sports journalist,
Yeah. We need to score first, and we need to score early. If we score in the 70th minute or later or something like that, we'll just shit ourselves and end up conceding. And that's not very journalistic.
It was more like a Michael Owen quote, right?
But yeah, if we score early on, I think we'll go on and win 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do you think they're going to score? Do you think Wednesday going to score?
Well, it depends if that reach ends up spozzing one from 30 yards like he does every now and again. But no, I think you can't underestimate anyone in a derby. Form goes out the window, really.
Yeah, I was about to say that because we have got the best form. Wednesday are shitting themselves, aren't they? And then they're all saying, "Oh, we're going to do him and that." But then when it's a derby, literally all goes out the window. Anything could happen.
You see that video of Chansiri having
having a pop, yeah,
having a pop with some of the Wednesday fans.
No.
It was like having they were like having a go at him. I think they were trying to get him to try and fire Joss, right?
Yeah, I think they were telling him to sack him, and he was having a go at them, and he basically looked like he was going to go and have a fight, which looked quite entertaining.
He's not a very threatening person.
No, he's not.
He's
quite
a small Asian man.
Small, stocky Asian man.
Yeah.
When I say stocky, I mean fat. But yeah, but then that video did bring back the video of the two abhorrent women singing "We're going to go on the piss with Chansiri" and him bobbing about like a fucking moron.
I did see that as well.
Thinking they're singing like Chansiri is an absolutely lovely man, and they're just telling him he's going on the piss. He doesn't know what that means. He's from Thailand. So,
well, I saw people like in the replies of that first video. They were sort of saying that's how you get a chairman to leave by like having to go at him that much.
Yeah,
and he's not really the sort. He's not really the sort that seems to be really loyal. I feel like he's not. I mean, I don't know his context for why he's chosen Wednesday.
They were very cheap. They were in a lot of debt. I think he paid literally £1 for him, but from Milan Mandaric, but he wiped the debts, I think. Okay. And then he decided to spend a lot of money to get him promoted, and now they're in a load of debt again.
Yeah,
that's basically the.
You were banking on getting him promoted.
Yeah.
You get him promoted.
They paid 10 million.
Did he come in after or before they got promoted to Championship?
He came in after they got promoted. Oh, did he? Yeah, he came in after they got promoted to the Championship, and then he spent stupid money. He came into a fans forum the other day,
Jordan Rhodes,
and he said, "I didn't buy Jordan Rhodes. You told me to buy Jordan Rhodes," to the fans.
Oh, really?
Like, you're the one who signed the 10 million check, you wanker. What are you doing? Oh my god! It was just stupid stuff like that. Because he's from Thailand, and that's nothing against him, because he's not very affluent with his English. His English is very good to say where he's from, but then he just says stuff so direct. Whereas if people like us, who's native speakers, would be subtle or try and hide what we're actually trying to say, he goes, "You made me sign Jordan Rhodes," when he actually means that they applied a lot of pressure, so we made a gamble. Whereas actually he's just gone, bang, your fault.
Well, surely it should have been the sort of scouts and.
Well, that's what you'd hope
goes
on. But
you would have thought the scouts would be the people who were.
Yeah, it's a big gamble to let a few fans from S6 make you sign a £10 million check.
Yeah, that is a stupid.
It's not. Yeah, it was a stupid quote. And and he bottled taking that penalty, didn't he, against Huddersfield? So it wasn't really money well spent.
Well, I thought he'd do better, to be honest.
He's done well at Norwich, though. They're top of the league, so it's obviously not him. It's obviously the players around him.
Well, I assume you are going to the match.
I am indeed. Yeah, I don't think I'll remember much of it.
I'm going. Are you not going, Liam, or are you going?
I might go. I don't know. I haven't really decided. I should go. I feel like I have a responsibility to go.
Well, you haven't been to many in ages, have you?
Nah, I used to be like a season ticket holder, but I've not been in a long time.
That's what uni does.
Yeah.
Uni, going away with uni. like you do.
I just sort of stopped. I got too far from it. I just stopped. Like I still followed it. I remember watching the United Wednesday game last year. Like yeah. Not at Hillsborough. I remember watching it
when
on,
we gave him a right licking.
Yeah, on TV and like celebrating with like everyone else, and then like having to be quieter because the neighbours, the walls are just really really thin, and they just get him and go yeah, and proper like going at it.
I could tell you I haven't been to a match in a while when we went to pub, and then against Derby, Derby scored in first 3 minutes.
20 seconds.
First 20 seconds, pub goes dead, and Liam's going, yes, like that. Everyone's looking at me and went, oh, that weren't United.
They look like they're in the United usually.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I didn't really think about it, and I wasn't watching the TV, and I saw a goal in. I heard lots of people celebrate, and I looked up and saw that a team was celebrating, and it looked like it was United colours, so I was like, yeah! And then I like looked around a little bit more, and it was dead. And I'm just like, it suddenly dawns on me. I'm like, oh shit! Someone comes up to me and goes, "Are you a Derby supporter?" I'm like, no. I swear to God.
Where was that at?
That was at Norton.
Yeah, you know. No, please don't stab me. Yeah, but I was at work when that game was on. 'Cause I had to work because it was a busy shift, and they were like, started off the game and just kicked off, and I was really polite with this customer. Oh yeah, how you doing, sir? He's having a pants, so I've poured it, and they've scored 470. Then suddenly I'm just in a foul mood. No please, no thank you. Give me the money and go away.
No, well, have you watched highlights of it or have you not seen it?
Yeah, well, I managed to watch. I neglected a lot of customers, probably, because I was watching the game far too much.
I don't know what I thought first half it were even-ish, and then second half I thought Derby were better than us, you know.
Yeah, we were terrible. But then we battered Stoke at home, didn't get what we deserved, and then we were off colour against Wigan, but got the result. So
yeah.
Do you think they'll get promoted? Automatic promotion?
I don't think automatic, because I think we're just a bit bizarre where we need teams to come and attack us. Whereas usually teams want to be the aggressors. We don't. We want teams to come at us and then we can pick them off. That's how we play best. Like Villa and Wigan are pretty much the only teams who have come to attack us this season, and we've scored 4 against both of them.
I wasn't that impressed with Villa, you know.
No, I wouldn't, but at least to get it to go.
Terrible when they played us.
Whereas there's teams like Birmingham who just sat back.
I thought Stoke
and that made it
shit as well.
Yeah, Stoke all that money on shite, and it's just disappointing.
Really poor. Like they played nice little neat passes sometimes, and then other times, when they could have played it simple, they'd hoof it up. And I couldn't understand it. They didn't have a game plan at all. And
the only player who looked like he belonged in the Premier League was Joe Allen.
Yeah, he was class. I wasn't convinced at first, and then throughout the game he was.
Second half especially, he grew into it.
Yeah, I agree. Alex?
Yeah.
Hoping that you've done your homework.
Yeah.
And we'd like to go to a segment where you tell us one of your funniest memories. So it's up to you really. It can be in any context.
Sorry, I need to compose myself for this one. This is going back to sixth form. Really, there was a day, towards the exam period, where everyone should be knuckling down and getting on with what they need to do for their prospective future careers and university prospects.
Of course,
one young man was trying to do such a thing.
Will that man remain unnamed?
He's probably best.
Probably best unnamed. He went into the kitchen and...
More
well, I say went, more forcefully...
Baited.
Yeah, baited.
An item of his clothing was thrown in there.
Okay.
A really, really bad jacket. Like one that you'd want to be chucked in the kitchen and then the door locked for the foreseeable future until you've graduated from uni. Never mind got there. It was a shocking piece of kit. But yeah, he went in to go and fetch his pride and joy, and the door was closed. So my memory's a bit sketchy on this because it was a long time ago. I reckon it was about 10:50-ish when this happened. Just the start of break, if I remember my timings right.
Like that,
So 15 minutes elapsed, which seems like a long time. It is. In an empty kitchen, I can imagine it felt like about 15 hours. So he's knocking on the door going mental. People are telling him, you can revise in peace in there, because he still had his thing.
Well, he was locked in, weren't he?
Yeah, he was holding on to his, like, GCSE bite size or whatever it was, A-level bite size, but, like, it was his pride and joy. Didn't let that go. Let his coat go, but not his little shitty geography book. So he's in there, crouched, and I think I can mention the two aggressors in this, Panache and Damien.
Okay.
Yeah, they're two men I'm going to throw under the bus as being main protagonists in this. Me and Dom were involved, along with a few others. We had B-Tech. I can remember exactly where we were. We had
we were more viewers of laughing.
Yeah, we had B-Tech, and we were just laughing. We were doing little stupid.
Yeah, we were funny.
Oh shit! You're gonna have to bleep the name.
Yeah, I'll bleep the name.
Sorry. But yeah, me and Dom were just going way, and then we said, as a group, collectively, as a joke to Damien and Panache, keep him in there till lunch. This is 11:05.
We didn't think they'd do this.
We
didn't.
This is 11:05. So bear in mind, he's already been in there 15 minutes. This is 11:05 for another hour till 12:05. So we walked. We were in L11, I think, the computer room.
Yeah.
And we had Mr. Allen. And Mr. Allen's going mental. He's going, what are all you laughing at? Me and Dom are still laughing like good little fucking children. Because we know that this bloke could still be locked in the kitchen.
But the thing is, we said it to Panache and Damo.
So light-hearted.
Yeah, we were like, oh yeah, keep him in there.
It's getting to 10 to 12, 15 minutes till the end of lunch, and we've completely forgotten about it.
Yeah, we were like, well, he's been let out.
We were laughing for about 10 minutes. We got our our lessonly bollocking off Alan, telling us to grow up and do our work, which we probably didn't do. We probably consisted of jumpers for goalposts or something along those lines. So we gets to about 10 to 12, 5 to 12, 12 o'clock, and then I think it was Ryan Leaper, and he says something like, they're not still going to be in there, are they? And Dom went, no! In his big Dom voice. So we walk out, and we thought, but what if they are? And we went into the common room, and Panache and Damien are sat, folded arms, sat in front of the door. Going mental.
Oh, is he still
there? You're going
to have to bleep him again. But he's rocking, like pulling his long locks out.
Oh no! He was still
1 hour and 20 minutes, and he's still in there. And we went, Damien, Panache, what are you doing? And the bird just went. Damien went, what? You told us to do it. Sorry, Damien, but that's the best impression I've got.
No, and then basically they eventually let him out.
Mm.
Oh, we have some great memories of that kitchen. I've got one after, actually. That sixth form kitchen was a dream.
For something so shit as well.
We could do 2 hours on sixth form. But basically, he was let out, and then he didn't say a word. He was silent, and then he leapt over the chairs which were blocking him in, and then just walked away. Like nothing happened. And then next day we were talking to him going, I don't mind. I really don't care. I'm sound with everyone. To be honest, he were sound about it. I mean, we didn't do anything with Panache and Damo, but he was sound with them.
He went to the pastoral team.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Not?
They saw it on camera.
Oh right, yeah.
He saw it on camera.
They did. He were fine about it. I mean, he had all the right to be angry, which of course. But no,
but you got to remember, this is 2 weeks after me and Damien got told to revise for a geography mock. And we had this lecturer from the Norton College. He was just an imbecile, to put it politely. And he turns up and goes, I forgot I was giving you a mock. Me and Damien had actually put some work in, so we went, oh God. And he just talked. We had him for 3 hours. So at the break, me and Damien went, should we go? So we picked our bags up for the break.
Sounds awful, Damo, doesn't it? When you say it.
But the worst thing, we're in the common room. So there's Callum, there's James, there's me, then Damien. Miss, who probably can't be named, comes in the room. I'm on Sky Bet. Damien's on Bet365. We're betting on Saudi and Arabian Division 2, something daft like that. Miss Whitehead goes, "What? I've just named her. What are you doing in here?" Oh, and then Damien was just having a really bad period. He turned into an absolute rebel child. But still, them nights, he'd still just sign off from Xbox when his timer ran out. And he used to
This is
pretend
what
that his
extra-
mum
we
didn't
had some
imply a
great
time
times.
on
Timer on
it.
Xbox.
Oh,
Nah,
did he?
he claims it. Me and Damo used to go on all the time. We used to play Black Ops 2. Just me and we just like to talk on it and literally just go on zombies. That were it. I couldn't do anything else. And they were always a 5-minute period, for give or take 5 minutes, on I think it was 7 p.m. between either 5 to 7 or 5 past 7, and he'd be mid conversation. Gone. Gone. We all,
Damo has left the party.
yeah, and we'd all, like, if Willis were in or anything, we'd go, Damo, did you leave us? Like, we're going, no, my connection just cut out, I think, like that. And they were like,
Yeah, his Wi-Fi just
Yeah.
mysteriously just dropped.
every night for a year.
Every night at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah,
When his mum was obviously getting ready to whip him to,
Yeah.
to do his homework.
yeah, yeah. So, where was we now? Oh, he can't stop saying his name.
I'm doing a bad job for the editors here.
Yeah, bad
Me.
yeah, cheers. Oh yeah, I've got one for the kitchen. Oh no, actually, we'll finish with that story of the trapped prison kitchen man from sixth form. We'll finish with that one. And Damien and Panache, they essentially they were in that much trouble from the sixth form. Bear in mind, sixth form, they were very strict, and they were basically saying to him, they gave him 3 weeks, and they said, right, we're going to punish you, and you're going to get told what's going to happen, but we haven't decided yet. So they had to wait 3 weeks, and bear in mind, at this point, there was a holiday, a 2-week holiday after, so they had to wait the whole holiday. And Damo told me he hated every single day because he was panicking about what they were going to say. And then him and Panache went into the meeting, he told me. And Mr. Fowler, head teacher at the time, he was really sound. Apparently he sat him down and said, you can't be doing this again. But you were really sound about it.
Yeah.
And like, you're basically just saying some truths, not saying anything bad. And then apparently, as you can imagine, Damien and Panache walked into the common room. Bear in mind, there's still cameras on ceiling, and they were jumping in each other's arms all around the common room because they haven't been expelled. Ridiculous.
But yeah, the sixth form punishments were usually ridiculous as well, because I can remember Dom used to just have little moments at lunch where he starts shaking his food and it's like spray everywhere. So they caught him on camera doing it once.
I think it was
and they came down. And he came down and
Oh.
told Dom that he was responsible for all 60 people in the room's litter.
Yeah,
So if someone littered, he had to pick it up.
So basically, I dropped a
He
piece
was
of
a litter
bread.
man.
I dropped a piece of bread, and she came in and went, "Who's dropped this piece of bread?" And I went, "Oh, I think it's me. I'll just pick it up and put it in the bin now." And she went, "No, no, you won't. You threw it on the floor. You're now in charge of every person's litter in this room."
And they tried
Forever.
enforcing it as well.
Yeah, and I was just like, right, okay. And obviously I went bright red and sweat was dribbling down my face. But I was like, how ridiculous is that?
Fair to say, for that week, Dom came down with a Sir Jordan Thorpe chip shop because he
I
didn't want to clean up
wasn't
litter.
staying in there, no chance. No. Yeah.
Oh, God.
What a joke. But I've got one last one of the kitchen memories.
Oh,
And this, you know, I don't know why, but in sixth form, Nath seemed to get bullied quite a lot, didn't they? Nath seemed to be, and it weren't by, everyone used to chip in a bit because he's an easy target, being his charismatic self, I'd say.
Yeah.
And,
But everyone got it, didn't
but
they?
Josh,
Everyone got
Josh, you know, Whitaker, he harassed him. He
Really?
not in a nasty way, just a hyperactive. Oh,
Put it
just
this way, every now and again he'd just go, beep! And it obviously was...
I
because
remember that.
Nathan's quite a stocky...
well-rounded,
bloke,
big-boned
So I
lad.
can imagine Josh was just getting enjoyment from just like going, beep!
I
beep,
used
and
to
just
bounce
feeling,
on Josh.
yeah.
So
I tell you what, I
loved
don't
it.
remember a lot from sixth form, but I remember that.
Oh, I loved it. And
Oh.
then he basically used to do it. And then what did he used to do? Oh yeah, he used to pour water on Nick's jacket and then hide it in the freezer. In sixth
Oh, God. He ruined one of his jackets, didn't he?
Yeah, then this was another one, and then at the end of the day it was ice, so he couldn't wear his jacket. This was in winter, so he couldn't wear his jacket. This another time,
He had to walk home as well, did he?
Yeah.
He walked home
Yeah.
every day. It's like a 20-minute
Yeah.
walk to it. Up
Josh
hill.
was amazing, and then this is another. I weren't there this day. I think you might have been there, and Josh took from what I've been told by about 10 different people, Josh took led Nath outside. I think they're all going to Jordo Chippy, trusty Jordo Chippy, and the gate across Norton Field, Josh wrapped, while Nath was wearing his hoodie, he wrapped
and tied him up
to the gate.
And started walking off. We were like,
Josh,
can't leave him.
And you were trapped on this gate like you were bondage or something, and his belly just showing, and then all his jacket were ripped. All ripped.
Oh no.
Yeah. So just amazing memories like that. But
Just Meadowhead living up to its behavioural problems, mate. Like Tom Snooks, an honourable mention for him for going a whole year. Tell him
what?
the sixth form office not realising he was doing 2 A-levels when he was meant to be doing 3.
I forgot about that.
So he was just not in school ever. Oh god.
Yeah, they didn't even realise.
How did he not realise?
No, he didn't realise. He was trying to hide from them.
Well, why would you?
Yeah.
I don't
He
understand.
hated one of them. I can't remember what he hated to.
Yeah, one of his 2 hours a week.
He hated one of the 3s and ended up giving it up.
So, I remember that, so he just had one.
He had
He was
history and then psychologist.
No, it's philosophy.
Philosophy, yeah, I think that's what he did.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Good memories. Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
Funny story of the week, which we hadn't done since
Last week.
Go on.
Okay. So, Dom invited me to a house party for, the guy who does Co-op TV called John.
Yeah, the big chap.
Yeah. Got a beard.
Yeah.
I think he has a beard, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So I'm going to Lewis's first, and I go to Lewis's, and I go out with him to Bessemer, and then I go up to this house.
Lewis went to Bessemer.
Bessemer's not very good. I don't like Bessemer.
It's a shocking place. But Lewis goes all.
It's got an old crowd. But so I'm like, I come up back here to Townend, and it's not too far away. I get a burger, and I don't really know the address, so I'm on my phone looking at the address, and I'm running out of battery on my phone, so I'm in a bit of a rush to get there before I run out of battery.
Yeah.
Not to say the address, it was Dom sent me an address called 16 something close, and I'm like, I get there, and there isn't a 16, but there is a 6, and at this 6 there is a party going on.
Oh fuck.
So I'm like, I told Dom to come out and get me, so I told him to come out and get me, and as I say that, my phone runs out of battery. So I've now got no battery, and Dom isn't coming outside. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. And what I'm hearing from inside is there's a lot of children in this house.
Shit.
I could hear the jovial sound of children playing. I'm thinking,
You wanted some of that, didn't you, Liam?
I'm thinking maybe Dom's just really mischaracterised what sort of party this is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, alright, I guess I'll just go in and hope. And the door's open, it's a Halloween party, everyone's in dress up. I've just got a yellow hoodie on.
You're like you're gonna rob a kid, basically.
I did. No, I looked very.
You walked in
child snatcher.
to someone's house you don't know with your hood up, going, "All right,
Hello,
kids,
children.
I've got sweets in my bag. Do you want to come?"
Okay, so I walk in and I'm like, I'm saying to these young persons, do you know Dom? And they're like,
Do you know Dom?
Like,
To a kid. Fuck off! You did not go to kids. You know Dom.
Do you know
What's a
Dom?
little 5-year-old walking around? Do you know? Has Dom got me a drink or anything?
So I'm saying, like, do you know Dom? And they're like, no. And I'm just this weird guy. While they're all in Halloween makeup, I'm just in a yellow hoodie. And I'm just sort of like, okay. And I move through the party.
Yeah.
So it's like half adults, half children.
Yeah.
And one of the adults come up to me, realising I'm not meant to be here at all, and just says like, who are you? I'm like, it's my friend Dom here. And they're like, no, I think you're in the wrong house. So I've turned up to this children's Halloween party. So the only dress that I've got, with a phone that is out of battery, like holding a load of beers in me. And I'm like, oh no. So I'm not really sure what to do. I'm just like, but I can't get my phone's out of battery. And she's like, we might be able to charge it for you. So like, that would be really good actually. Yeah, if you had a charger.
What did you do in the Sorry. What did you do in the meantime?
Did you crack open a beer?
So they gave me a beer.
Thank you for not molesting our children. Please have a beer.
Take your hood off. Yeah.
They were actually really cool about it. They so I'm in this house with all these random people, and I'm just sitting down like charging my phone, and my phone's like charger's a bit broken, so I've got to hold the charger in to make it work properly, and just sort of hope it stays charging.
You look mental with this yellow hood up, holding your charger into a phone, just with holding a beer.
I've got like a Heineken in there.
Kids just
So
walking in and out.
I'm like drinking a Heineken, holding the charger, wait to do it, and it starts charging. I let it go. So I decided I'll just have a little wander about. So I wander outside where all the people are, and they start setting off fireworks, and I'm just like watching the fireworks in this random person's house. So I'm watching this, and I'm talking to the people, just like, I'm at the wrong house, because I've already been drinking a bit at this point. So I'm just like a bit like, oh yeah, I'm at the wrong house, like trying to make a laugh out of it. It's a bit awkward, and
was they laughing though, or did you just?
They were really.
At this point, you sound mental. I'm at the wrong house.
I'm just imagining them. Like, I'm imagining them being like a Sunday League kids team, then going to the game the next day on Sunday morning, going, "Who the fuck was that guy?"
Well, I'm like, I walk back in and get my charger, and I can finally turn my phone on. I turn my phone on, and Dom has sent me the right address, and it's like 33 Mount, like 33 something Mount.
Right.
Totally different to what he sent me. Like, it wasn't even close. I don't know where you got the 16
I think
from.
have you had Chardellini before? You know that drink I was drinking?
Yeah.
Oh, 2 for £5, and the bottle were 1.5 litres.
It was pretty early on in the night.
Yeah, but we were 1.5 litres in. It was very nice. And I think I half-heartedly sent it. Yeah. I think Shani got it wrong, you know. It's Shani's fault. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's blame
She tried ringing me on Facebook when I was out of charge. So I finally looked at her and I was like, this dickhead probably sent me to the wrong address. So I get the right address, so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go now. And as I'm already a bit drunk, so as I go down to take my phone off charge, I spilled some of the beer on the cup.
Did they notice?
Nobody noticed, and I just sort of went, took my phone, took my charger, and just sort of walked really speedily out of the house onto the right address.
At least it sounded interesting.
How far was the house from the other house?
Yeah,
it was
I
about.
don't even know.
It was about 10-15 minute walk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because from when you text, from what I remember, it just seemed like you're like, I'm here, like that, just opening the door, I'm like, oh, Liam's here.
Do you really not remember much?
I can remember.
I didn't say you were properly hanging after that night.
Yeah.
You were properly hanging.
Yeah, what happened on that night?
No bad. It was just sound. It was just a good laugh, like playing beer pong and
nice
drinking and
drinking games.
Drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just a casual. So obviously you do journalism, and you go to the press conference on a Thursday. So Barnsley and Rotherham ones.
Yes.
Yeah. And I know you can't. You've already explained to me that you can't say anybody's names or anything specific because you can't, privacy reasons and stuff.
Yeah.
But could you tell us any stories without mentioning that, if you can?
Well, yeah, there's a couple that aren't really affiliated to either club really. Where there was one that I found out about where a manager got rung about a player who's at Aston Villa.
Yeah.
And this manager's budget's he's got about 5-10 grand a week to play with.
Okay.
And this bloke rings and goes, oh yeah, I think this player would be really good for you. And he goes, oh right, okay, how much is he on a week? And he goes, 45 grand.
So he probably would be, yeah.
So he goes, well, what the fuck are you ringing me for? It's just like
in the conference.
It's just stuff like that. No, he just tells.
He told you.
You just get told, but that wasn't about the specific club. It was just about other stories that you hear. You do hear other stories. It has been it's been a good laugh, but it's all very serious. if you get caught. Yeah, it's just weird because the press conferences is on a Thursday, and some of the things taken from that Thursday will get released like 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
Because obviously some work for like the Rotherham Advertiser, for the whoever, and they've got 6 days a week to write about Rotherham or Barnsley. So
Right.
there's not that much to talk about. So then if we go and write something on our Tin Pot little website, then there's just trouble. So it's just a bit awkward.
Why would
So
it's just awkward about that.
Are you not allowed to, or is it a moral?
You are allowed to, but then
morally?
it's just a bit like they can just get a bit annoyed, which I don't blame them. It's because
They don't want you.
we're going out to readership that obviously they've got limited readership, we've got the same limited readership. So if we get it out, then them doing it's pretty pointless, and theirs is like on a higher level than ours because they're actually.
Could you then be banned from the conference?
No, not banned. There's just no point making enemies with people because they could end up giving us a job one day.
It's not really worth.
No, for a story that's probably going to get about 120 views.
Yeah, I've been at a couple of Wednesday press conferences before.
Yeah.
Just so I've got the feel. I was there when Carl Val was doing some of the news.
Why were you there? Do you just turn up to random things and?
I just walk in and just act like I'm.
Yeah. I'm at the wrong conference.
No, I was doing some. I was helping a guy with some film work. I was just literally just doing work experience, and he works for a local.
Phones off, please.
Yeah, so that's very unprofessional, isn't it? He works for a local company, or media company.
Yeah.
And
I
was muting it.
It's just rude.
He worked for a local media company, and I just sort of befriended him a little bit, and he told me to a few of them. But like, he was really nice, Carl. He was really cool with everyone. Like, what's your experience with them? Are they like
the managers? The one at the Rotherham's Paul Warne. He's an absolute legend. He'll talk to you for like 40 minutes after the press conference.
Oh really?
He knows I'm a Sheffield United fan, and he asks me questions like, "Oh, how did you play the other day?" And I go, "Yeah." He doesn't think he really rates Barry Bannon at Wednesday.
Okay.
So, and I do as well. So I'm a bit worried about him. But yeah, and he says a few funny things, but it's just sort of the stuff like when you like proper like football. Sort of like a bit, even though you're at Rotherham, which is no disrespect to Rotherham, it's a bit of like a dream to just be sat having a chinwag with the manager, learning little things about, like, being offered a complimentary tea or coffee when you're in the room, feeling like it's something when you're not.
Yeah.
But you get really well looked after. And I know Carl, who's on it with me, he's been to Barnsley, Plymouth in the press box.
Oh, really?
Could give him press box tickets. I could have gone, I was at work.
Who looks after you then? Just what, the staff of the venue? Or?
Yeah, so they've all got like press officers who look after the press.
Yeah.
So if you ask a question, they have the right to just go.
Yeah,
stop.
just wave you off.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that, Paul. Don't answer that, Andreas. And you're like, shit, we've done something wrong there.
Yeah.
So
has that ever happened?
Well, we tried to do a teammates soccer AM section.
What do you mean?
You know, like where you ask fastest player, most intelligent, least intelligent. Yeah. And the guy at Rotherham was just doing his job, and he was just saying, I can't really risk that. Can't risk that. So we basically found out who was fast and who was slow. Because everything's too controversial now.
Yeah.
I don't envy the press. I don't envy a press officer at all, because the world's gone mad now. Everyone gets offended by everything. But obviously, if he puts it out and someone goes, I don't want to know this, or why is that being put out, then he gets the shit for it.
I guess it's not really, you're not at a point where you're at a platform to where you can necessarily reveal stuff that isn't controversial at all. Well, like, you can't reveal stuff that is even slightly controversial, because that'll just get on. That is just possible.
They'll just think, who the fuck are these wankers?
It's also possible headline fuel for other people to take from you. And it won't necessarily be a good thing to you, because they'll blame you for that.
But we're in a tough position where if we just write boring shit, no one reads it.
Yeah.
But if we write controversial shit, people read it, get pissed off by it. So it's like, what the fuck do we write about? We're in a bit of a...
for you at the minute,
it's a tough gig, but we're just literally there for the experience.
Yeah, I'm about to say, for you it's experience, isn't it? I mean,
when you're... Tell you what, Barnsley for 9 o'clock is not enjoyable. It's just a horrible...
How do you get there?
Train.
Yeah, that's...
I get Kellum messaging me every 30 seconds.
Don't he drive?
Yeah, but his sister's got the car. Much to our annoyance.
No, that's a joke, isn't it?
He used to drive to Rotherham as well. We have to get the train there.
How did you get this? Like, is it just work experience?
We're working for this guy who's set up a business called Ronnie Dog Media. I'm not really sure why he called it Ronnie Dog. It's not the name I'd have come up with. And everyone in the press conferences just laughs at it.
Really?
So we've got BBC Radio Sheffield, the Rotherham Advertiser, Ronnie Dog Media. I feel like people are expecting us to go woof woof woof. It's just rubbish. It's just so shit.
Are you sure you want to be saying that recorded for the person who's...
Yeah, that's fine.
Getting
It's
you
not
away?
going to listen. It's not. I don't, he lives in Spain.
I just say it's actually a big company.
No, well, he's put 50 grand into it, so it's getting there. It's just a bit. It's not really hit the.
Can't wait for Ronnie Dog to comment.
The only comment we ever get on our YouTube videos.
Alex,
you're fired.
If
you have a bit of a bad reputation for nights out, Willis.
Why?
just getting in like arguments and fights and stuff.
Yeah, because I end up asking someone who they support, which is the worst question to ask.
What?
That's how you get in fights, then you just ask them who they support, and then you just.
Well, you ask who they support, and then when they say Wednesday, then it's ultimately you're on the wrong foot. Because I can't pretend and say I support Wednesday. It's just not in me.
No.
I think if I tried to say it, it wouldn't fall out of my mouth. So I end up saying, yeah, we're United. Then we haven't but then it's always a 5-minute civilised chat about football, and then they say something I disagree with, and again, I don't agree with that. Well, they'll say, oh yeah, but I think we're a bigger club than you. I go, no, I don't think you are. So it's like a 5-minute immature slinging match where both just going, no, we're bigger. No, we're bigger. And then obviously one of us just gets so irate about this conversation that they end up getting more aggressive. It's not usually me, it's usually me getting lammed. Because I'd probably be a cock.
Have you ever like properly hit someone and
Not at the football, no.
well, I mean in any sort of...
No.
No.
I can't really imagine what it's like. I watch films and they punch someone and then it really hurts their hand.
So
I don't really want to
hurt
my hand.
you choose to get hit in the face.
Yeah, because if I punch someone, I could see that happening to me. I could see them just...
That's the reason.
That sounds like such a bad excuse for not firing.
Yeah, I could see them...
It's like, oh yeah, I'm okay with you hitting me, but I'm not okay with hitting my hand.
I could see them... I could see me twatting them as hard as I could and then just standing there and me just going, fucking hell! Like breaking three knuckles, my entire wrist. I'd just be fuming. And they're just stood there like I've tickled them. That's what I'm scared of.
How many fights do you think you've actually gotten into?
Fights? God.
Spitting.
Not many. I haven't won many at all.
So it doesn't sound like you've won any. You haven't pushed anyone.
What an odd question.
Yeah, I'm a negative boxer. What can I say? Like Tyson Fury.
The only one I remember of you, Alex, is in like year 7 with you and Callum.
Oh yeah, I got decked there as well. I did try for a punch there, I just missed.
I feel like you deserve that one as well. I feel like you were properly picking on it.
No, I wasn't. Not too bad.
I think you was.
I think I was just scoring goals and winding him up. I still do that now. We just don't fight.
I think the only one I've got in with is with Nate.
Drew brought Drew brought that up. You know, for Jimbo's birthday, at the big tree.
Yeah.
He brought that up saying you were asking about this actually, podcast or something. I think. And he said, "Who do you do with?" I said, "Liam." He said, "He haven't seen you in ages." And he just said, "I remember him getting in a fight with Nate." That's what
it was a proper scrap that as well.
No, it was such a bad
What
fight.
happened? I didn't see.
Yeah, there was some serious punch. Like both of you had bruises and that.
No, I didn't have a bruise. I didn't.
Nate definitely.
Nate had a bruise.
Nate had a
I
bruise.
swear. Right. Okay. I'll talk you through my.
Here we go. This is like Liam's big accomplishment.
No, it's proper. It was the wimpiest fight. So this is what I remember from it. So I was getting bullied quite bad. It was like year 8.
I don't know. I didn't really speak to him that much then. Well, I don't think I even did.
No, probably not.
I think it was one of the first dinner times where I'd like latched onto that group. Because
I didn't speak to them. I don't think I will.
So I think it was during a break because I was more confident in like primary school than I came up secondary school. Like year 7, I was confident. And then year 8, I just got battered for being too confident, and then became really quiet. But it was like quite a lot. There was quite a few people who were doing it. I remember I was going to have a fight with Connor Boland at some point, and I pussied out of it. I did, like, it was going to be like after school, and I couldn't handle the pressure of having to fight like at a certain time.
So you were one of the ones. You were one of the reasons why we went to the transport ground and nothing ever happened.
Is that what it was? It was that.
That was just the venue. That was like the Octagon.
Well, no, I like
Madison Square Garden.
I think I cancelled it in like 4th period or something like that. It might have been.
How did you cancel it? Did you go, could you send a message round?
No,
I'm cancelling.
I walked straight.
I've got an injury.
I walked straight up to him and I was like, "Do you really want to fight?" And he was like, "Not really." I was like, "I don't really want to fight."
Such an amicable way to say it.
But
my favourite part about your fight with Nath was that it started like in the middle of the playground, but just ended up going all the way to the art, the design and technology wing. So, which for people who don't know Meadowhead School is like 100-yard place to travel.
It wasn't. It did. It did.
And it just started. I know they both just started.
What happened? Can someone talk me through this?
Okay,
I don't know what
right.
actually happened.
So I'm in. I think it was first. I think it might have been second. The break at second period. I think it was quite lunch. But like I decided I were in the second one, and everyone carried on like just making fun of me. And I got to a point where I picked Nathan as probably the one I could take.
Yeah, because you saw Ryan Leaper and you thought, no.
So I was like, I'm going to fight you. And then everyone was like, oh. And it was like, no, I'm going to fight you.
You were angry to fight you.
Well, not necessarily in those words.
I just gave him the adequate warning.
Yeah, but like, it got to the end of class, and we went outside, and Ryan was right up for it. Ryan wanted to see this fight. So Ryan actually got excluded.
Oh, I can imagine Ryan going, go on, fight.
So we got outside, and I was pushing him, and Ryan was pushing him as well. Ryan was pushing him towards me, and I was pushing him aggressively. But it got on camera that they saw Ryan pushing him, so Ryan got excluded for this as well. So, like, I think I punched him first, and then, like, he, like, punched me. Neither of them were very good, but then I got his, like, hands to make sure he stopped punching me. So this is how we like travelled like 100 yards. So I was like,
I could just remember it gravitating towards the
so like, I was like holding his hand, like holding his hands down like by his side to make sure he couldn't punch me. And we were both sort of like not quite headbutting each other because neither of us wanted to headbutt each other. So we were sort of moving away, and he was getting more. I think I had one hand, and he was punching me with one hand, and he, not to be mean, but he didn't have like as bony knuckles as I had. So
what did he have?
I'm not gonna be mean.
It's not me. I've never started about.
Yeah, because you were skinny and he was bigger.
Yeah, they just weren't as skinny, and just so when he punched me,
your knuckles would be very similar.
Yeah, so when he punched me, it didn't really hurt because there was quite a bit of
padding.
There was a bit of padding, yeah. So like, we carried on going, and at one point I like smack him, and he properly connected. And I think it happened right around his eye. And he was getting a black eye really quickly. I remember hearing like Year Above or something like that, like going, "Oh, look at his eye." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I was like, trying to be, and we just he punched me a lot more than I punched him, but I punched him harder to where he had a mark from it, to where it looked like I won the fight. To be honest,
this is like one of your best things from school, and I can tell.
Well, it's like the only fight I ever got in. I'm quite a nice person, so I don't really get in fights. So I remember one of the art teachers coming and separating us, and like I was like, all I remember is I was taken away, and I was taken to the art department, and I was told to write down my perspective of what had happened, and I
used to love that where you had to write down. That.
Did you? I had quite a lot of adrenaline going, so I was like I was just shaking a little bit because I had all this adrenaline going through me, and after that we get taken into. What was he called? Like the Scottish guy with white hair. It was like
Mr. Eastwood.
Mr. McEwen.
McEwen.
Class guy.
Yeah, right guy. So Mr. McEwen like
he was Irish
took me.
Yeah.
Took me.
Scottish.
Was he Irish?
Yeah.
Was he?
Wasn't he Northern Irish? He's from Belfast.
No, yeah, that sounds right. No,
he's from Belfast.
Yeah, that tells you how much I'm misremembering stuff. But like, he took us into
Eastwood. You said Eastwood.
Yeah, he's Brexit. He's about as English as you get.
He took us into the like main office of humanities, and he sat me, Ryan, and Nathan down. And Ryan was like, I didn't do anything. Ryan basically just pushed Nathan into me, so we started the fight. But he had the same consequences. And they basically just the telling off, but it wasn't really much of a telling off, to be honest. It felt more like they had seen a lot of fights anyway, so they weren't really that bothered by it. But there was a bit of a telling off, and they decided that we were going to be excluded for 2 days. And none of it was going to count for anything, so it's just like
2 days off.
Yeah, I just thought it was 2 days off, to be honest. But I remember got the 2 days, and as we were walking out, and I was walking like with Nathan at this point, with Mr. McEwen, like walking us out the building, and like Mr. McEwen was like, "Oh, you properly hit his eye, didn't you?" With Nathan standing right there.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like just sort of not really saying much about it, and then just sort of walking out.
Did you speak to me?
Not for a few days, I don't think.
I can imagine it was a bit sore. Not the eye, just...
When's the last time you actually spoke to Dave now? Like,
we went out with for Jim Bob's party, was it, something like that?
Jim Bob's party?
We had a birthday. It was Nathan's birthday party. We went out for Nathan's birthday party.
Where?
Leadmill.
Oh, you did go
Oh,
to
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
working.
I didn't go.
Because I think he's been in
Shook
Liverpool.
hands. That was Derby away day, that was when we had
Yeah.
Derby.
Yeah, exactly.
League.
So that was that was like something. I think he's been in Liverpool ever since then, anyway.
Alright.
Yeah.
So I like to hear his perspective of that, to hear how he remembers that fight, because I think that'd be quite funny.
Probably very different.
Well, I don't
That's
think
another
it really.
guess for you.
I don't think he definitely
Might have
wasn't.
to do it in separate rooms.
He definitely wasn't expecting to fight me, because I remember a little shock on his face when I was like, "I'm fine."
Shall we outro it?
Yeah, we can outro.
Okay.
Nathan does our. Have you heard our intro and our music intro? Nathan does it. He sings it.
Oh, is that Nate? I thought it was Nate.
Yeah. I don't know where he did it, because there's lots of like jangly
Oh,
sounds.
we should have asked Alex, because he used to sing in school, didn't he? I forgot about that.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
we are not
assemblies.
skipping over this story.
I forgot about that.
I sang Broken Strings in assembly.
I remember that every
And
time. that song
I
comes on.
couldn't sing the James Morrison part because my balls hadn't dropped yet. So I had to be Nelly Furtado.
Did you?
And Laura was James Morrison. It was
I
like we're
did-
both going through a transvestite like experience, going like singing the male and female parts. It was awkward.
I didn't remember.
Wasn't
that at
very
all.
good.
Why did you stop
She was
singing?
very good at singing, but oh well, my balls dropped eventually. And then the James Morrison bits didn't sound as good as the Nelly Furtado bits.
Why? How did you get into that? Why did you do it?
It's fucking.
Didn't you also
Do you remember
sing-
Miss Martin?
Yeah, but you weren't bad.
Didn't you also
Yeah.
sing like Michael Bublé's song as well?
Yeah, that was in a talent show,
Oh, was it?
and I
Why-
basically got
yeah, but
bullied
when-
into that as well.
When it's usually the other way around when you get bullied out of it. But like, when did you
Yeah, by a
stop?
teacher, like 7, 8 years ago, probably. It was weird. I just couldn't be bothered.
Have you ever seen now?
No,
I bet you.
very rarely. Well, like, in the shower and stuff, but
I
very.
was gonna.
Oh, you little shit!
Told you, he had his tail wagging. That second guess, that's well.
Was that for you, little prick?
Did he actually scratch you?
No, tried, missed, didn't you? Might be good in a fight. Reactions like a
You
cat.
wouldn't even punch my cat.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even go near it. Oh, you got really cross there, didn't you? Don't. It'll go for me. Stop it.
Yeah. So why did you like get bullied into it by a teacher?
Because well, obviously there wasn't a plethora of talent, and they had to fill this talent show.
Mm.
And they went, "Do you want to do it?" And oh god, and then my mum and dad got involved. It's like, yeah, you should do it, Alex. It's really good for you. And this is at the year, because it was like year 7 or year 8, and this is where they think like going to after school clubs made you really, really like teacher's pet. When actually just forgot about you at 4:10 when the class ended. They didn't really care whether you went or not. But parents thought, "Oh my god, you need to be at a club, or you're going to be a cast off.
I think I went to. Oh,
You're going to turn to hard drugs, and you're going to go to jail." That's how big after school clubs in year 8 were. So I went and ended up singing. I think I'd sing it again because I didn't nail the high note on the last bit of Home.
Oh really?
I got really upset. Probably cried. But it's okay for men to cry.
No, it is okay.
That's the message I'm delivering.
I want you to next time we all go out as a group.
I'll probably do it pissed on like
Give us a
karaoke,
sing song,
like
yeah.
chantry karaoke. Or
No,
something.
but I want you to do it seriously.
Yeah, I couldn't do it serious. I'd have to have had several pints of Cowling.
Wasn't the Broken Strings one in like an assembly, something like that?
Yeah,
Wasn't it one of the
year
final
7 or
ones?
year 8, yeah.
Oh,
Laura Keller was very good. It was a pleasure to sing with her. She was very good.
I don't know.
She got to like the last 8 of England or something.
Oh yeah, wasn't that for like some sort of competition?
Yeah, so she was good. I'd have got to like the last 256 or something like that. She was very good. She was far better than me. I think she just needed a boy that could sing okay to go with her because she was a bit nervous at that point. So I probably made a career.
Is she singing now?
I don't think so. No.
No, I used to. I don't know how you didn't get embarrassed doing that.
I
Not that you're about. I'm like,
makes me cringe now.
I got second-hand embarrassed watching you do that. To
No,
me.
if
I
my
remember being
name
embarrassed.
got not shouted out, you know, if they mention a name in assembly, I'd go red.
It would have been like that scene from Willy Wonka where that girl like goes into a big tangerine.
Oh,
you would have just turned like that.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
yeah,
when
that's
it's
the
so
worst
many.
thing. It was like you got red when you had to go and pick up an award for like doing the
Oh,
doing
I
this
hated that.
doing the 12-minute run.
It's embarrassing.
Didn't you like get an award for like always being at school or something like that?
Oh, yeah,
What was that?
It's when you got entered in them draws and you won them
Attendance.
draws and you had to go up and shake his hand.
That's the worst. You don't want to go to it for and for the attendance award.
Yeah.
Dominic Hall and then
This
you
is
have
the
then you
coolest,
got
yeah.
clapped and you sat in the middle and you have to go.
yeah, you have to
"Excuse me,
squeeze
excuse me."
through and walk to the front.
So
And
you
then
can imagine that's 10 seconds on stage, not 3.5 minutes
Yeah,
singing
you
the
just-
female parts to fucking Broken Strings. Absolute liberty.
This has been the Currently Untitled podcast with Liam and our special guest, Alex Willis. Thank you for today.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.